got me over here all giddy, like excited to talk about gaming again. Thanks, dude. That was a great intro. But so okay, so there's a couple of really cool things that happened this past week, while we've been away from Geeks on Gaming. So one of the things is the PlayStation State of Play, which happened on the 4th of 2025, and they revealed like a couple of titles, did some really cool trailers, and it looks absolutely amazing. They announced some stuff for this year, they announced some stuff for next year. If you haven't looked into it, I absolutely if you're into gaming, I absolutely say that you should, is what I'm trying to say. But the one thing that came out of it that I really want to talk about is Marvel. So they have a game called Tokon, the Fighting Souls. Um,
Oh wow.
and when I tell you that this game looks ridiculously insane, it does. So they had an official trailer that came out at this State of Play, and it's a 4v4 kind of like tag team fighter game. They only have, I think, 8 players that they've announced thus far, and in the trailer you get to see a little bit of all of them. So you get to see Captain America, Iron Man, Miss Marvel, who's like stretchy. You get to see Spider-Man, Star-Lord, Ghost Rider, which looked really neat,
Okay.
Doctor Doom, and last but not least, Storm. So
Oh,
this coming to PlayStation 5 and PC. It's in Japanese, so when you're watching the trailer, it's Japanese like spoken to you or whatever, but you had like subtitles to read. But it gives me like super Street Fighter meets Tekken tag vibes.
I want this. I want
So
it.
yeah, so I mean, like, because it's very Japanese in nature, like that's where the Street Fighter really comes out. But the Tekken tag, because you're like fighting as one person and you tag out the next person to like come do like their like whammy whatever moves.
Right.
Um, so it looks just absolutely great. So I can't wait to see more about that. Um, but yeah, we don't have an exact date yet. We just know it's coming out in 2026.
So I got a feeling with Storm being in it, you're probably buying this. Or
Um,
no, no, no. No, it's not your
no, so
typical style of games you play.
right, so the more styles of what I play is more adventure based,
Right.
and because Destiny is keeps coming out with like new seasons and stuff, and that's more of what I like. I like that I can play with my husband, but also have that storyline to play.
Right.
And that's what really reels me in is puzzles and so like puzzle games and story-based games. So when you have the two of them combined together, like Lego, that's why I like Lego so much, is because it's a story puzzle game.
Right.
Just a little backstory about me. But yeah, no, I used to play fighting games when I was a kid, but I get frustrated and I button mash.
Uh, oh,
So
okay.
it's
Gotcha.
not, not I am not the type of person to play this, but I mean, it absolutely does look great. Not taking that away from it at all. I'm sure that there's going to be some really cool competitions because they have like EA Sports as like competitions, and I think that that's probably going to be the next thing that you're going to see it at.
Gotcha.
Um, but another piece of gaming news that didn't come out of the State of Play, but I wanted to talk about it because I was like, oh, that's so cool, is 007 First Light. So this is a James Bond 007 video game, and it's the first one in 14 years. So it's coming out in 2026,
Oh wow.
and this game is actually um, it takes you back. So it makes you play as James Bond as like a young Bond
Hmm.
through his like recruiting missions of the MI6 like original origin like story. So like a lot of people are speculating like if this is the new Bond, and because we don't really know who the new Bond is yet or
Mm,
anything like that. And now all of a sudden we're getting a new Bond game.
right.
Like there's a lot of speculation, but
Hmm.
nothing's been announced as to what this means for the Amazon Bond.
Right. Yeah, and I wonder too, like if they went with a younger deal, with a younger story of him, just so they
Hmm.
could anybody to visually look like him, because our new Bond is going to be a new Bond carrying on, and it's not going to be origin, because the last Bond games was Pierce Brosnan, right? Like,
I think so. Yeah.
yeah, so and that who that current Bond was at that time, so that's why they look like him. So maybe this was their way to still do a Bond game, but then also not be tied to the visuals of what his face looks like with the new Bond where Amazon's going.
Yeah. Who knows? I mean, like
Yeah,
we don't really know. Because we are supposed to have Pierce Brosnan theoretically rumored to be in this
yeah,
new Bond movie. Like maybe it is a younger Bond and they were just throwing us off the scent at first, and the game actually is tied to it, like how all the other games have been. So I don't know.
right. We shall find
Who
out.
knows? Who knows at this point? But the last gaming news that we're going to talk about is the Nintendo Switch 2. It has officially launched. It is $449. It's kind of a little bit hard to find. Um, I definitely recommend that you look it up online to see if your local GameStop has it yet. But also there are some Nintendo Switch, I think, online or Nintendo Online rather, has like a couple of them as well. But the issue that like you're going to be running into is if you don't pay attention to the price that it is, Walmart is
Mhm.
already upselling them for like $800. So just beware of what you
Oh
are
my God.
getting. Yeah. And like it's super hard to find overseas, so just keep that in mind. When you're look at the price, make sure you're getting what you are expecting to be getting.
Whew, the price is insane.
But yeah, that's it for gaming.